Gary Numan, Down in the Park. Let's play all the different sections of the song, get all the nice interpretations of the synth parts, just jam right through them. Afterwards, I'll go back through, give you a little more guidance, some explanation if you need it. Please help out the channel. Hit that subscription button. I'm coming out with tons of videos and you don't want to miss them. Alright, let's do Down in the Park by Gary Numan. Alright, so the main pattern of the song here, we'll start with the progression. We'll kick it off here with just some 5 chords really, power chord style. Just do the C, 3rd fret of the A, 5 and 5 on the D and G there. Okay, full measure there. Alright, from that, we go to a D, and we can just slide over here. Open D, 2 on the G, 3 on the B. Okay, let that go for a full measure as well. From there we go to B flat 5. Okay, so 1 on the A, 3 on the D and G, full measure. Alright, and then we finish that first time through by hitting the F. So 1 on the E, 3 on the A and D. Okay, and we kind of start it over. Come back to that C. At the 3rd fret of the A there. Go to the D. And now we kind of switch it up a bit. Instead of doing those last 2 chords we did, we just go right to an A power chord. And that A chord will ring for 2 measures, but there's this little, synth line at the end of that second measure of it too that we can also do. And it's like right part of that chord, so it's nice place to jump off of. So we got that chord going. And then towards the end of the second measure, we hit the 2 on the G, to the 3 on the B, and then just come off that G to the open, and then hit the 1 on the B. Just nice little bow on the end of it there. And that'll happen, pretty much at the end of the first run-throughs at the beginning of the song. Once we get to like the second verse and the third verse, all that stuff, it kind of does other little like synth slides or something like that. And even at the end of the first time there, after we go through the whole progression a couple times, leading us into the next section, the next interlude, instead of doing that, it just does a open G to 2G. Kind of like as pickup notes into that interlude. So let's just try this whole thing up to tempo. Alright, now we get the long interlude section of the song where we're just kind of jamming away in some scaling here. The chord just kind of goes down to that B flat 5, okay, and just holds there for a while while this synth stuff's going on. The scaling going on, we're going to be at 3 of the G, and this is all pretty quick, like 8th note style. We go 3 of the G, 4B, 6B, okay, come off to 3B to 4B, 5G, 3B, 3G, From there, we go 4B, 6B, back off to 3B, 5 on the G, 4B, 3B. Alright, and we would crank through that, fairly quick, a couple times. Then we'd move to the next spot, which the chord will just drop down to the A flat 5. Okay, so you can play that if you want to do the rhythm. The scaling going on, we're going to be at 6 on the D, go 5 to 3G, back to 6D. All right, and then we go 4 6 4 6D. 5 3G to 6D to 4B. And we would go through that a couple times, pretty quick. Towards the end of the song, these interlude sections repeat, and instead of doing each one twice, it'll crank through each one like 4 times, so it just extends them. And then we'll see this first bit of the interlude again at the outro, and we'll get to that. So let's just try this this initial part of the interlude all the way up to tempo. All right, and now we get some more, like legato style here with the second part of the interlude. Just goes to the F. Okay, and we can include that bass note pretty easy here. So just 1 on the E there. And then we're going to come all the way up to the high E, do 3 to 1 to 1 on the B. All right, so go through that a couple times. And then we're going to just add a note here. It's a little bit of a stretch. So if you can get the bass note with it, cool. If not, don't worry about it. So we hit that F bass note again. Instead of the 3 on the E, come to 5. Then back off to 1 to 1B. All right, so do that once, and then we'll do most of it again. The bass note with the 5 to 1 E. But then we go 3B to 1B, more of a solid scaling down. And when we hit that final 1 on the B, that's pretty much coming on the beat that starts the next, verse progression. All right, so let's do this up to speed. Now when we get to the outro, it's essentially playing, the part of that initial interlude section, okay? All right, but it just kind of takes that little chunk and just repeats it without doing that initial third on the G again. It does it the first time, okay? But then it's just gonna repeat the 4-6B, 3-4, 5G, 3B, 3G part. Okay, and it just repeats that all the way till the end of the song. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.